Alrighty, ladies. No, it wasn't that I wanted to add a stage. I wanted to turn that off. There we go. Okay, so I can see audio going through. Look, in order to get rid of the Geiger counter noise, I basically grabbed one of the wireless headsets from work. I've plugged it in using an adapter into the USB port. I have no idea if the audio quality is going to be any good, but hopefully it won't cause like the Geiger counter sound. So if it does, you'll just have to let me know. But in the interim, let's see what we got. So we're starting off with some court cams. Judge Morgan's ripping into a public defender, and we'll go from there. I'm not going to turn the camera on just yet because I'm still parked out the side of work, and an old guy is like putting stuff in his SUV directly in front of me. I don't want putting him on blast by accident. So, oh, there we go. He's left. All right. So we can put the car into reverse. We can go and we can press play.
And so now, Mr. Rosenthal, you can tell the public defender's office you didn't do your job and the court withdrew you from the case, and Mr. Evans is now in need of a new public defender. We will go on the record in the matters 24 CF 50, 24 CF 123, State of Wisconsin versus Adam Evans. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Evans appears in person with counsel Joseph Rosenthal by video. Rosenthal go over the discovery, and Mr. Rosenthal explain the criminal procedure as it relates to felonies and additional charges with additional felony cases with Mr. Evans. Mr. Rosenthal, please update the court.
Your Honor, I did have a phone call with my client last week. I know the court instructed us to have an in-person meeting. I had some things come up to where I could just,
What came up?
I had some last minute stuff, some clients in Douglas County that had a new case that I had to get to. So.
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound like you followed my rules or my instructions very well, Mr. Rosenthal. It doesn't sound like you did your job as the court ordered you to do, did it, Mr. Rosenthal?
Ooh,
I did what I could with the short notice, Judge.
That's not doing what you could. And if you got new cases, you needed to say, I'm sorry, Judge Tim, I'm sorry, Judge Glonick, I'm sorry to whomever in Douglas County, I'm sorry to you, but Judge Mogan ordered me. Judge Mogan sat down as your secretary, and scheduled this for you, Mr. Rosenthal, so that you can sit down with your client and you can give the time to your client that your client deserves. And you were there when I scheduled it on the record, and making sure that you would be available and that Mr. Evans would be able to be available so you could do it in person, because Mr. Evans, one of his complaints is that you're not communicating with him. You're not giving him the time that the case is so need. You're not going over discovery with him. That's why this court took it upon itself to schedule in court an in-person meeting. And so what you're telling me is that couldn't occur because there was some emergency other filings or other cases, correct?
That is, yes, Your Honor.
What was the emergency filing in cases? Because I can find out.
It was an initial appearance. I'd have to go back and look at it. I just might.
Oh, so was it a homicide, or was it a severe substantial battery? Was it a sexual assault? Did it involve an initial appearance with the chips where the children are being removed? Was it one of those types of very emergency type situations, Mr. Rosenthal? Or was it a situation where it's just simply an initial appearance for a case, and you could have written the court or said, you know what, I can't do this because, you know what, Judge Morgan, whatever my name is, ordered you to do something?
It was the latter, Judge.
It was not an emergency, correct? So, Mr. Evans, you win. I'm removing Mr. Rosenthal because he didn't do his job. So you win. You win that hearing. And so now, Mr. Rosenthal, you can tell the public defender's office you didn't do your job and the court withdrew you from the case, and Mr. Evans is now in need of a new public defender.
I will let them know.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Evans, we're going to need to set this matter for another hearing. Now, do you understand the process? Because obviously you did not have time because Mr. Rosenthal had too many pressing other initial appearances for something like, you know, a misdemeanor disorderly conduct or something.
Oh, she's not letting
Criminals getting stopped by police can often use many violent methods to try and escape. But what happens when suspects try to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid sentences?
Oh,
Here are
yay!
4
For Friday,
examples
we
of
have
when this
flirting cops.
very situation was caught on camera. Starting with 48-year-old Kelly Barton, who drove into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient for work.
Oh.
However, when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Kelly? Yes? How are you doing? Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening, but doesn't admit to driving, despite it being her job. Unfortunately for her, though, security camera footage from the gas station proves that she was, in fact, behind the wheel, and is now facing charges of both DUI and neglect due to the responsibility she carried while driving with the patient. But as an ambulance pulls up to perform some tests on her, Kelly reveals that she has another trick up her sleeve, and begins repeatedly flirting with all of the officers at the scene.
Look at your hands, son. You want the light squad to check you, ma'am? Let them do what they gotta do. Come on, boys.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Hey. I want the little young boys. Ask me how I'm feeling. Let the little young boys tell me. Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes. Well, let me check your blood sugar real quick. Look at him.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I would do him in a way that he won't admit. Hey, look. He can look tough all he wants, right? Don't let me get him.
After multiple tests, it's clear to the officers that Kelly was way over the legal limit and is arrested for driving while intoxicated. And after struggling to get her into the police vehicle, she's sent on her way to the police station. But if you think Kelly was bold for talking to cops like that, 18-year-old Skylar Fluss is on a completely different level, going so far as to post this video to thousands of people bragging about how she got away with a DUI.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Skylar was pulled over after an officer saw her weaving around the road in a way that suggested she might not have been completely sober. But according to her video, she claims that using her flirtatious and quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with a f***ing warning and gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch. He was hot, so I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
If her story is true, then the officer would be in serious trouble. But luckily, the officer in question recorded the entire interaction on his body cam, and the video tells a completely different story.
Hello. My name's Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you were weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay. Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart hurts.
Okay.
So bad.
Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone, have you been drinking or anything tonight? No? Okay.
The deputy then does give Skylar a card with the sheriff department's information on it, but it didn't include his personal number, and it didn't come with an invitation to dinner.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay? So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle, and I believe you are. So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back. Wherever you're headed, get there safely, and I'm sorry you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I'm just right down the street. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you were weaving a little bit with no traffic out. I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all.
Skylar's video doesn't just contain disgusting footage of her laughing and bragging about exploiting this officer's kindness, but also states that she blew a 3.8 on the breathalyzer, ignoring that she wasn't even tested in the first place. The legal limit is only around 0.8 and already makes driving dangerous. But a reading of 3.8 would imply Skylar was not only blackout drunk, but close to death, as at a level of 4.0, respiratory failure is likely. But this doesn't mean Skylar was lying about being drunk underage. Videos were later discovered of her chugging tequila from the bottle and acting drunk at a party just hours before she was caught driving. After she was confronted with this, Skylar confessed and admitted to everything.
I ended up getting a little too intoxicated I was taking shots all night, and I decided to make the dumb decision to get into my car and drive.
She also admitted that the officer never asked her out. That was just a lie for social media attention. Regardless of her confession, though, no further action was taken against her or the officer who failed to test her. But the same can't be said for Lydia Badillo. She was caught trying to transport 2 illegal immigrants over the Mexican border, and as soon as everything started to fall apart, she decided to try seducing the officer.
Just wait for me right here, okay? You don't have anything.
Sorry, sir.
What?
I'm looking at your eyes.
Why?
Because you look pretty handsome.
As soon as the officer realizes something might be up with the IDs, Lydia starts to smile and stare directly at his eyes before telling him how handsome he is. Obviously, this is just a trick to try and get out of the position she's put herself in. A trick that isn't going to work on this officer.
Estos documentos por un tiempo. Por un año. Ok. Pues son falsos, ok. Y tener documentos en estados de Texas es un delito. Las ID, a esta te sale a un señor, a tuyo. A esta no me sale nada. Ok, so estas identificaciones son falsas. Ok.
After running the woman's driver's licenses through the national database, the officer discovers that the ID numbers return completely wrong results, meaning that both of them are totally fake. It's later discovered that the 2 women with Lydia in the car are both illegal immigrants from El Salvador. What's worse is that they were being transported through a service that often forces women into debt bondage, where the people who transported them will make them pay off their debt through forced labor and sex work. So, while Lydia was arrested and the 2 women sent back over the border, they may have been saved from years of horrible treatment and abuse. One thing's for sure, though, Lydia's attempt at flirting didn't work one bit. Unlike Brooke Teague's attempt, which actually worked out well. So well, it's rumored that her and a cop are still together to this day. Brooke was pulled over after an officer witnessed her swerving around the road slightly, a telltale sign that the driver was either intoxicated or in need of help. So he swiftly pulled her over, only to be greeted in a surprising way.
Hey, I'm Officer Smith. I'm Go Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in traffic stop. I appreciate that. Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show it to you too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachary?
Yeah.
How much do you have to drink tonight?
Only one drink.
Just one drink?
Yep. Yes,
Final
sir.
answer.
Miller.
A Miller Lite?
Yes. I won't lie to you, a Miller Lite.
That's all you've had?
Yes, sir. You can ask Zachary.
I don't really want to talk
I
to
know
Zachary.
you don't, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
In just this first minute of conversation, 2 things become clear immediately. Brooke has definitely had more than 1 beer to drink, and how well she and the officer seem to be getting along already. Both points that will get increasingly more obvious as the footage continues.
Yeah, I can smell it from across the car.
She's like, I had 1 Miller Lite. There's no, I wanted to say, like, a Miller did that to you?
Big Miller, 128 ounce Miller.
Freaking bucket of Miller. All right, where we at on it? Awesome. Brooke?
Yes.
Teague. Am I saying that right? Teague?
Yes. Like baseball league.
Teague like baseball league.
Yep. It helps people spell it because they never spell it correctly.
Brooke then gets taken out for some sobriety tests, which take much longer than anticipated.
You're making me giggle. I'm sorry.
He makes me giggle too. It's a thing.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
I
come
snore.
on.
I'm from
Sorry.
Huntsville.
We're supposed to be professional.
I'm from
yeah.
Huntsville. Isn't going to make me snort.
All right, stop laughing because you're making me laugh.
I'm not.
All right, seriously.
I'm giggling. I'm
All right,
sorry.
this is a serious deal. All right. Okay.
You're smiling. I can't help it.
All right. Stop.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, despite all the jokes, Brooke failed all the sobriety tests and was put under arrest.
How much you've actually had a drink?
I've had 2 Millers.
2 Millers now? That's it?
Yes, sir. You can call Mitchell, the manager.
Okay. Well, hey, go ahead and put your hands on your back for me, okay?
Yeah.
After a search of her car, which turned up nothing but a loose car seat, she was driven back to the police station where the sparks continued to fly.
I'm with you. Let's go over here.
Oh my God, is there a dog?
There is a dog.
Where?
He's over there. Over here.
Wait,
His
there
name
was
is
a
Kolya.
Rossi?
Colia?
That's my dog.
Is that your dog? What's his name?
His name is Coach.
Coach? I have 3 dogs. I have a Rottweiler, Great Dane, and a Mastiff.
Wow.
Did I go to high school with you?
I think so. Where'd you go to high school?
Bentonville.
Yeah, not me.
Where'd you go?
Indiana.
Valparaiso, Indiana.
Where in Indiana?
Valparaiso.
I was raised in Bluefield.
Really?
Note that despite the obvious chemistry, both Brooke and the officer have remained professional and are continuing to move on with the investigation. The officer had Brooke take a blood alcohol test where she blew 0.14%, almost twice the legal limit. Brooke still spent the night in jail to sober up and had her license suspended temporarily. But this interaction shows how respect and professionalism can make an investigation much, much easier. It's just unfortunate that this cop didn't meet Brooke at a bar. Maybe things would have ended with a night at his place instead of the jail.
Ypsilanti Township versus Catherine Hefke, case number 24W003203A and 24W003410.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
No, actually, the only one that's on is the 24W003023A. She has a ticket on today at 1 o'clock for informal hearing as well on an improper turn. No, that's tomorrow at 1. And this particular case is a formal hearing on an appeal on a speeding ticket because, Ms. Hefke, can you please unmute, state your name?
Catherine Sharon Hefke.
Sharon Hefke. That is your middle name, or is that a hyphenated name, ma'am?
No, ma'am, that is my full name. I believe you asked me to state my name.
And my question was, is Sharon your middle name?
You asked if it's my middle name or hyphen. It's my middle name, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor, so unfortunately I made a similar mistake in that I thought this was set for informal. I saw that other matter. So I don't have Deputy Hannah here. If Ms. Hefke wants to resolve the case right now, I would reduce the charge speeding 6 to 10, which saves her 2 points. If not, I'm asking for an adjournment to have Deputy Hannah appear. I would reauthorize the ticket as well if it's going to be dismissed.
Thank you. Ms. Hefke, did you hear the offer, ma'am?
I did hear that, but sir, ma'am, at this time, it cannot be resolved because it's already been sent to Secretary of State several months back, and it's listed as 4 points already, not 2. Are you all aware of that? I already received a letter from Secretary of State before I even came to court here, and I'm not trying to argue. So
I don't set the points on any ticket. That's the Secretary of State. The reality is you have 2 options today. 1, do you want to accept his offer? Or 2, do you want to ask that it be dismissed, or you want it to get adjourned? What is your request?
I prefer for it to be dismissed, ma'am. I understand it can be reissued again.
All right.
I've been sitting here for, I've heard all the other things you mentioned to other people. I had to sit here with diabetes and dealing with getting sick.
Wait,
so
what?
my thoughts are, I would prefer it to be dismissed.
All right. The defendant has appeared on this particular case. The prosecutor is unable to proceed today. The case will be dismissed. And he has said very clearly he plans to reauthorize it.
For the 4 points or the 2?
It would be the original charge, ma'am. If you'd like the reduction to 2 points, you could do that right now, and then there's nothing to reissue.
Is there the thought of it be switched to impeding traffic?
I can't do that.
Hello, Karen.
Then, with all due respect to the legal system, it doesn't matter what my wishes are, because I will still be charged with the 4 points, and Secretary of State already has
Yeah,
the.
right now, you're just talking about stuff that you don't even know. So I wish you would stop.
That's a bit rude. If she's got a letter from
I
the
do know
Secretary of
about
State
that
saying
because
she's
I got a
got
letter from Secretary of State.
You don't know how it works afterwards, and you're just running off at the mouth about that. So please stop.
Oh.
The court will dismiss this matter, and the prosecutor will be reauthorizing.
Okay, and please send it to my mailing address, please.
You have another court hearing this afternoon, ma'am.
It's tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Then tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Have a good day.
Go down the driveway, please.
Shut your mouth. Go get it.
You go down to the driveway,
No.
please. Get me.
What'd he say? Get his gun. What'd you say? Not to what?
Come into my
Watch me. Walk out here now, or I'm getting you. Get out here!
I'm kidding, man.
You gotta act like this. Got you. Walk.
I will drag you like a dog.
I don't know who has a gun. I don't know who has a knife.
At the end of the day, we still have a job to do.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. Today we have an update on a wild case I first exposed almost a year ago, as a lawsuit has been filed against deputies Joshua Goldsby and Hutton after they were dispatched to the home of the mechanic that worked for the sheriff's department. The mechanic called so that his wife could report seeing a fight between two other neighbors.
I didn't see like who threw the first punch or anything, but
So they both were in like a mutual combat fighting.
I mean, Buddha was hitting him and Homer fell to the ground.
After complaining that nothing ever gets done when they call the sheriff's department, the deputies assure him that Buddha is probably going to jail, even though the witness admits to being unsure as to who started the fight.
Well, we'll run over here and talk to him, and then I'll run up there and talk to Buddha.
That's the sidebar.
Yep, and then probably one of them's going to end up getting charged. More than likely Buddha. We'll have to, you know how the story goes. We'll see how it happens.
The deputies then walk across the street to speak to one of the men involved in the fight. While there, Homer would claim the following: that Buddha revved his engine in the street.
He just kind of slowly went by. Like,
Driving the engine?
Yeah, I can be on.
Right, yeah.
That the noise made him approach and start an argument.
So I thought, here we go. He got all the car down there and I approached him.
That Buddha is alleged to push the old man down 3 times unprovoked.
We just got into it. He shoved me down several times.
Did he make contact with you first?
Yeah.
Right
He
out.
shoved you?
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Okay, so he pushed you down, then what happened?
Then I went to come back at him. And I said, I'm not going to take this. So I'm just tired of it.
Before leaving or hearing the other side of the story, the deputies again decide that they're going to arrest Buddha.
I'll tell you what we'll end up doing, we'll get his side of the story, but what it sounds like based off your statement, we'll probably end up charging him with maybe writing him a summons to the court for assault. Okay, he can get arrested tonight too on that if he doesn't want to comply with that.
Well, I don't know.
So that's all how he wants to take
I don't
it.
know the weapon out here, and I'm just scared. If they get pissed off, they're liable.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
I don't need a weapon.
It's not. You can't live in fear.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I don't want to live like that.
No.
I love everybody. I try to love.
We're going to put an end to it. I promise you that.
I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm tired.
You hear me? We're going to put an end to it.
I told Larry, I said, them men wear that badge for one reason: protect people like me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And that's what I need. I don't want to die living.
He ain't gonna get away with it with us two. I promise you that.
He'll probably be 20.
All right. Well, I'll come back and talk to you. Okay.
Okay.
After hearing that the 2 men had previous arguments, the deputies assert again that with nothing more than their mechanic's testimony and a suspect's allegations against another suspect, that Caleb, otherwise known as Buddha, is going to be arrested. When they arrive at Caleb's house, his father Chuck answers the door, but tells the deputies to please wait at the end of the driveway.
Go down the driveway, please.
And despite his polite request, he's immediately told to shut his mouth.
Go down the driveway, please.
Shut your mouth. Go get it.
You go down to the driveway,
No.
please. Get me.
What'd he say?
Get his gun.
What'd you say?
What's going on?
Walk out. What did he say?
He said you can go down to the driveway.
Did he say anything about a gun?
Well, he didn't say anything about a gun. Where's my phone?
I need to talk to you.
The driveway.
Tell him to be quiet before he goes to jail. Caleb, I need to talk to you down
I'm not
here.
coming out there. You can talk to me right here.
Caleb, I need to talk to you.
You can
Away
talk
from
to me.
him.
That's my parents. You can talk to me right
Come
here.
talk to me down here.
No.
Come here.
You can talk to me right now. Right here.
Come out.
They can't come in here.
Get out here and talk to me.
You cannot come in my house.
I will come in there. You're going to be arrested. If you don't come talk to me and tell me your side of the story, you're getting arrested. You understand me?
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Walk down here now to try and
What am I going to get arrested for?
For assault.
Yeah, because this guy chased me down the road. And
so that's why I'm trying to get your side of the story.
I'm going to tell you right here.
Then I'm not telling you with him acting like this. Now get down there.
We need
you to Caleb, get down there.
Sit down, be quiet. Yes.
Caleb,
I don't have the clothes on to come outside. I'm going to stand right here inside
you
my
are
home.
getting outside.
You can't make me go out
Yes,
there.
I can, or I'm going to arrest you.
The deputies are making a concerted effort to have Caleb exit his residence, as once he crosses the threshold, he forfeits significant constitutional protections. In this situation, based on the information currently available to the deputies, they lack any legal authority to enter the home and arrest Caleb without first obtaining a warrant. In this context, there is no other reason for the deputies' insistence on Caleb leaving the residence voluntarily. This suggests that their objective was not to hear his version of events, but rather they needed him outside to place him under arrest. This explains why the officers escalated the situation, issuing threats to the family without first allowing them to be heard. And now, should Caleb choose to disregard his attorney's legal advice and to speak with the officers at all, he would be well within his rights to do it from inside his home. But again, it is always best to refrain from communicating with them altogether. Deputies Hutton and Goldsby refuse to leave, and instead, they remain in the curtilage of Chuck and Buddha's home.
I'm going to arrest you.
For what?
For assault.
I'm not getting assault anybody. I didn't even hit the dude.
I'm giving you one more opportunity.
You
I'm not the one.
Come into my house.
Watch me. Walk out here now, or I'm getting you.
Can I go get a shirt on first?
Go get a shirt on. You stay right there.
You don't tell my she ain't doing shit.
Deputy Goldsby now attempts to unlawfully enter the residence against the express wishes of Buddha's father, who promptly blocks the deputy's path and reiterates his demand that the deputies not enter. Before we continue, the longest sponsor of the channel is Exter. Exter is known for the first trackable wallet, and now they have new upgrades to your everyday carry. Their super slim wallets hold over 12 cards and cash, while providing quick card access with a unique all-metal trigger mechanism, RFID protection, and a solar-powered card that syncs with your phone for location tracking and alerts.
Damn, that fence is down, that's why.
Now they have a new version that works with Apple Find My, which is great if you're the type to misplace or lose your wallet frequently. Extra wallets are made in multiple colors and durable materials, plus they have an entire line of everyday essentials, like the key case, the camera cube, a power bank strong enough to charge a laptop, and more. Right now they're hosting their Black Friday sale, and you can get up to 55% off your order if you use my code LACKLUSTER. So use the link in the pinned comment or description along with my code during checkout. A big thanks to Exter for sponsoring this video. And now, back to our story.
But hey, I suppose, you know what? I'm reviewing their videos.
Go down. Doing shit. Go on. Outside my home. Outside my home, please.
If we walk back in that room, you need to step out here where I can see you.
He's told me
I asked you to ask her to get you a shirt.
Get back.
He
said she can get a shirt.
He said I could get a shirt.
Step over this way.
You can see me. He's out of our house.
Get that shirt for him.
Get out of our
Get
house.
Get out of it. Talk to me that way. Baby, get my shirt.
Get out of the house.
Get out of the house.
Caleb, I'm going to tase you.
Deputy Goldsby tases the family dog without warning.
Get out.
Get out. Get out of the house.
Cover my shirt right now. Stop.
Get out here.
I'm coming, man.
If you hurt my dog again, I will
You have a shirt. Go.
Okay, walk out.
I'm trying to. I got my shirt.
Stay out of our house.
Deputy Goolsby now attempts to shut the door on the 64-year-old father.
Not allowed in.
I just wanted your
I'm gonna send you my. I'm gonna send you my.
You gotta act like this.
Hey, get your
fucking hands off.
Get out!
Get out.
I'm sick of anything. Goddamn!
Sit down.
I'm just saying, you're gonna crazy of me.
You are not going to. Caleb, you stay right there. You understand me?
Get up!
Stay where you belong, sir.
Well, I take my phone. You're going to get taken down. You're going to now. It's illegal to take a man over 65 years old. And it's not.
Get back out
Get
of the
back.
house.
I'm not. You're going to get arrested. You better stop. Walk.
Stop trying to tell you. He's disabled. He's blind. He's fucking one eye.
Sit down.
He's not going to hurt you. You're not talking about the door. He's an old man. You know what? You're under arrest.
Sit down.
So, let's reiterate what's happened here. On the basis of very shaky probable cause, they approached a dwelling, decided that they wanted to take someone into custody under the guise of saying they wanted to talk to them, which is very clear from the way that they acted. They then illegally entered somebody's house over the threshold, tased the dog, and beat up a 64-year-old man who's basically blind. Qualified immunity needs to go, people. And also, I have no idea whether or not my mic is working or not, or if it's too quiet or whatever, but doesn't matter.
What am I under arrest for? Yes, come on. What am I under arrest for?
You're under arrest for assault, police officer, and he's under arrest for assault.
I opened my door. He walked into it.
Get back, or you're going to jail.
You came in mine.
Sit there.
What am I doing?
Put your hands. Put your hands on your fucking back.
Keep it on. What am I under arrest for? Mom, come here and get my phone. Mom, come here.
Central, give me 4 units up here.
Mom, come here and get my phone. What am I under arrest for?
Assault.
I didn't assault. You can't get back.
Hey, dude.
She's getting my phone.
Get the house. Get this phone.
Please go to the house. Get my phone. I'm in Poland. What the fuck you guys?
Oh. I walked out. Then walk.
I will, but don't drag me. I'm going to
I'm good. God damn, I can't walk like that.
Why don't you act like an adult?
I'm trying to.
Walk.
Chuck was charged with resisting arrest and felonious assault on a police officer. In his complaint, Deputy Goolsby would write that Chuck assaulted him by, quote, striking Deputy Goolsby with a metal frame door. The next month, I shared the story, and many of you shared your frustrations and disbelief in the comment section of the Megs.
I was going to say, I knew that we'd watched this video before, and I saw that this was an update. I didn't realize he was going to play through the entire video again. Yeah, complaining that the dad shoved him into the door when he was the one that closed the door on the dad was just some absolute bullshit. Like, these are some of the worst kinds of cops. They should not be protected by the badge, because as a famous TV police officer once said, I have no idea how that badge stays pinned on when it's stuck to such slime. Just going to let these guys go in front of me for a second. And you know what? I'm just going to bring the regular video down just a bit. All right, I'm putting it down to half, so hopefully you can still hear me over the videos, because I can't pause it. I don't have the ability to.
County Sheriff's Facebook page. The agency's second in command, Captain Frank Stewart, is responsible for maintaining that page, and it became immediately obvious that not only were Buddha and Charles blocked from accessing that page, but many of you had been blocked and had comments deleted as well. I recorded evidence of my own comments. Favorable or politically disadvantageous comments and delete them. My current understanding is that news of a lawsuit found its way to an attorney in the county, who then forced Captain Fitch to being such a coward and to allow the public to exercise our First Amendment rights. Currently, News 13, NBC4, First News 27, and more still have old reports that claim they received from this and became physically resistant with the deputies.
Get out of here! I'm kidding, man! If you hurt my dog again, I will fucking have a shred. Shut up! Go! Walk out here!
Stay out of our house because you're.
And that Chuck followed suit, also becoming combative.
You're allowed in here at all. Thank you. I don't want my door closed. I don't want my door closed! Hey, dude! You're under arrest. Get out!
Captain Stewie also claimed that the family dog attacked a deputy, with one report even stating that a deputy was bitten twice before he tased the animal. This is all a blatant lie, and nowhere in Stewie's press release did he mention that the deputies approached the house with tasers drawn.
They can't come in here!
Get out here and talk to me.
You cannot come in my house.
I will come in there. You're going to be arrested. If you don't come talk to me and tell me your side of the story, you're getting arrested. You understand me?
That they misheard Charles when he said,
Get me.
What did he say?
Get his gun.
What'd you say? Walk out here. What did he say?
He said you can go down to the driveway.
Did he say anything about a gun?
No, he didn't say anything about a gun. He said, where's my phone?
I need to talk to you.
and that even after they cleared up their misunderstanding, still wrote it into their report to make it seem as though a gun was involved in the incident, even though no firearms were in the home whatsoever, nor was one ever mentioned. Stewie also failed to tell the news that the deputies had unlawfully entered Buddha's home without a warrant.
Get out of the house.
Finally, he has failed to update the media to allow them an opportunity to report truthfully, or that upon reviewing the footage, the state dismissed Charles and Buddha's charges, and that both deputies ran away with their tails tucked, leaving the sheriff's office and joining another department in the area. The response to the lawsuit is riddled with outright lies to anyone who has seen the footage. It claims that they received multiple eyewitness accounts that Buddha had assaulted an elderly disabled individual.
I didn't see like who threw the first punch or anything, but.
So they both were in like a mutual combat fighting?
And that the altercation occurred after Chuck refused to allow deputies to speak to Buddha.
Is this him? Go down the driveway, please.
Shut your mouth. Go get him.
You go down to the driveway,
No.
please. Get me.
What did he say?
Get his gun.
What'd you say? Walk out here. What did he say?
He said you can go down to the driveway.
Then they claim that Buddha had asked to get a shirt and was told, "You stay right there." But he began to retreat into the trailer and out of the sight of the deputies.
Can I go get a shirt on first?
Go get a shirt on.
And finally, the deputies need statutory, absolute, and qualified immunity, as if the First and Fourth Amendments weren't clearly established. But I'd still like to know what you think of this case, and as future updates are revealed, I will be sure to let you know.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm coming clear. I've never used this microphone before. B, it's not exactly like I can test it. So.
Morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of her Beach, who is approaching.
I'm not charging.
Where?
I should be charging.
State your name, please.
Yeah, Bobby Beach.
Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment. Mr. Beach, I'm providing Mr. Beach a copy with discovery today. He wants to review it all before next.
Before I adjourn it, Mr. Beach, you had any
controlled substance today,
No.
Mr. Allen?
No.
You've had nothing. So if I give you a test, you'll come back clean?
Well, this card right here tells me at your community corrections that I can smoke marijuana and I paid money for it. State of Michigan. Say right here, regulatory cannabis. I pay money, taxes. I should be able to medicate. I just had lower back surgery 2 years ago, St. Joe Hospital. They said either use prescription drugs or use what the state of Michigan provides you, the taxpayers. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would that be the only thing that would show up in your system?
That's it, Your Honor. I know.
I'm gonna pass the matter. I'm gonna let him go on his own. Take a test, come back, and then I'll decide what I'm gonna do. Despite your ability to use marijuana on that card, you can't be under the influence when you come into court. You understand that?
Yeah, I'm not now. I just woke up. I'm not now.
Oh, you just woke up?
Yeah,
That's why you
sure.
didn't know where to go in the courtroom?
Yeah, I just had a
Yeah,
daughter.
okay. No, I got you.
I've been babysitting her
Okay,
this
yeah.
morning. I just
Okay,
woke up.
I'm not hearing you. I'm gonna trust you to go over on your own. Let's see what the test is.
I'm not smoking coming on court, Your Honor.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, all right.
I'm very
Okay.
coherent.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
appreciative.
Then you probably ought to stop talking and go take your test. All right? Yeah, that way.
Yeah, go that way.
Do you need an order?
You better, yeah, get an order over to him.
Just a one time.
Mr. Fisher, tell Miss Perrin he better point the way because he's gonna get lost.
Can I address the court, Your Honor?
I'd advise against it. I've advised him to speak to me first.
If you want to address the court, your counsel has advised you that it may not be possible for you to do so, so.
I and my attorney don't see things the same way. So I would, right now, like opportunity to get another attorney.
Okay, and how do you intend upon doing that?
I beg your pardon, I'm hard of hearing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
So with reference to an attorney, how are you intending upon doing that?
Oh,
Ooh, I'm doing something I'm not supposed
I'm
to.
going to
Okay.
ask to have another one appointed to me.
You don't
No,
get
it
to
doesn't
choose your
quite work that
attorney.
way.
It's literally. What's your disagreement with him?
And this is news to me. I did see Mr. Edwards yesterday and there seemed to be no issue.
So you've actually talked to Mr. Brown?
In this whole procedure, I may have talked to Mr. Brown, what, maybe about an hour, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
You get
Okay.
the public defender, right?
This is my first time ever being in court in any type of way.
Okay. So what am I supposed to take from you?
That I'm not satisfied with my attorney. And I think I should have.
So what are you not satisfied with?
Our communication. My understanding of anything.
Have you been listening to him?
Yes, I have.
You have?
I've been listening to him.
And you're telling me Mr. Brown hasn't properly communicated to you or with you? Because if you're gonna say that, I don't
Go,
believe it for a
assholes.
minute.
Go and ruin someone
He's one
else's
of the
Friday.
finest attorneys
I
Washington
saw
County
you.
has. So you can go ahead and say what you want, but I'm letting you know the perspective I'm coming from.
No disrespect to Mr.
Whoa, you're, and go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Really?
That I don't understand.
Okay, you not understanding doesn't mean that the attorney isn't doing their job. I don't see a basis upon which to take Mr. Brown off this case. Now, if you want to hire your own attorney, you can go ahead and hire your own attorney.
Okay, that'll be the next procedure that I'll try to do then.
So you're gonna try to hire your attorney. How much time you need to do that?
I'm not sure, sir.
MG
I
Ray.
don't know.
Well, I gotta set a date. How much time do you need? You don't like the best that Washington County may have to offer, and now you want to hire somebody else. How much time do you need?
Well, first of all, I gotta try to come up with some money.
Oh,
Then second of all, I have to have someone to help me find the attorney.
mm-hmm.
Is it a such thing as a pro bono attorney?
A what?
A what?
I may not be pronouncing that correctly, but I'm a lot of dental work done.
Pro bono.
Pro bono attorney.
A pro bono attorney.
Yes.
Meaning one that is
appointed to
a
you?
good attorney that you're not paying for?
That is the guy that's standing right next to you?
Yeah.
That's what you want?
Basically, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so you realize standing next to you is one of the best that you're not paying for right now. Yeah, I know. I'm shocked.
I wouldn't challenge that. I wouldn't challenge that.
You would?
I wouldn't challenge that. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying.
Oh, so now you're not saying he's not.
Hello to everyone filtering in from MG. It's good to see you.
I've said what I've said.
Mm-hmm.
And
so to the extent that is even a proper motion to permit withdrawal of the public defender's office and Mr. Brown, that motion's denied. I don't see a basis upon which to do it.
Your Honor, what I'm going to ask to do is to adjourn this for 1 week. So that,
1 week?
Yeah, so that my client and I can have a chance to talk and find out the nature of his discontent.
Going into court and saying to the judge you want a replacement appointed attorney, and you haven't
Probable
even
cause
raised
conference will be adjourned. 1 week has what, the 6th? June 6th, 2024. 9 a.m. as your invite indicates, bond will continue. All right, Mr. Edwards, I'm going to make a suggestion to you before you take those off. I'm going to make a suggestion to you.
Yes, sir.
Rather than doing a whole lot of thinking yourself, when Mr. Brown comes and talks to you, maybe you ought to listen to him. And then if you have questions and you may not understand something he's saying, you should probably just ask it. And then you'd have probably a better understanding of what's going on, and we don't have to go through this again. Thank you. Have a great day.
It doesn't seem like that guy's really
the record. Franklin Joseph Milton.
Okay.
because he hadn't seen his
Your Honor,
more than a few
we
hours.
are asking for an adjournment in this matter as well. The adjournment is as a result of, we sent a request for consideration for an offer to the prosecutor. We did initiate the negotiations. We're just still working on those. So I think a short adjournment would do it. Yeah, if the court so allows.
Oh, you done?
Yes.
Any response to the people? Probable cause conference, June 13, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Your Honor, if I may briefly.
That's where we were going. Go ahead.
I know. It's my understanding that Mr. Melton has CMH Act Services set up. Tom Kloss is the individual who's assigned to the case to his matter. He has a set of keys and knows where Mr. Melton's going to be staying. Should he get out an offer requesting home confinement was also sent to the prosecutor for her consideration as well to see about a stipulation to the request. And so I would just be asking for your consideration as well. It's my understanding that Ms. Tenha is leaving it to the discretion of the court.
Holy crap, dude, just spit it out.
Where would he be?
Up on Gulf side.
I have a 2-bedroom up there, sir. Tom from Community Mental Health has the key and is ready for everything for home.
When did that happen?
I'd have to pull up that.
Well, no, when.
I'm sorry.
That's not the address that we have.
I think, Your Honor, that might be the address he set up with Mr. Klaus. I don't know what address that he may have given for arraignment purposes. And I'm certain that that was likely different. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a different one. The person's unable to do anything, but Tom Klaus has the key and has everything ready for home confinement.
So, Your Honor, my understanding, maybe it was.
Dude, put a hemorrhoid kit off my ass.
This is my understanding speaking with him this morning, that this individual from CMH has confirmed that he has an apartment with a key for Mr. Melton. And that if he were to be allowed to home confinement, that's where he would go. CMH not only would have that address, but would be providing services there. For the record, I don't have any documents or anything. I'm relying on representation by Mr. Bellinger that he has that information.
Why did you get a different address? Oh, because I thought the person might be able to let me stay.
Okay.
What the hell is he whispering?
Understood. Your Honor, to clarify further, during the arraignment, he gave a different address to an individual who he assumed would allow him to stay and reside with that individual. That address that he's now given to Mr. Klaus for purposes of home confinement is an address that he's had for a place that he's had for a year now. So it's his own place.
So why did he give the
address? And on golf side? I'm sorry.
On golf
side, sir.
He's had that for a year?
He's had his own residence for a year. I don't know what the circumstances were at arraignment to the extent that he couldn't go back there or why he.
What is the Arbondale address?
The Arbondale is where I used to live. I lived there for, I had the address for 22 years. Never missed rent.
Did this get you, did being in custody get you evicted from that location?
No. We were already to golf side.
Okay.
We were already getting out of there.
Who is we?
Tom Klaus was, and we were moving out of there.
So was Tom helping you do that through CMH?
Through CMH, okay. Yeah. It gets into this whole thing that it does, yeah.
Your Honor, if I may, just briefly.
Yes, please.
So what we would want for Mr. Melton is to receive CMH service.
Yes, correct.
If he's able to do so in a way that keeps the community safe and keeps him out of trouble, we are all for that. We understand that we always want to strive for the least restrictive means we can do that. If there's a CMH person who has indicated to Mr. Bellinger that he has a key and everything is set up for home confinement, we will leave it to the court's discretion. What I failed to ask Mr. Bellinger, and I apologize, is whether he's had direct contact with this CMH person, or if this is overlaying on Mr. Melton's explanation, because there obviously have been some issues with that in the past. So if we can kind of clarify on the record that Mr. Bellinger has been in direct contact with Mr. Klaus with CMH and has received information from him that Mr. Klaus has a key to an apartment that is ready, that would be appropriate for home confinement. We will look at the court's discretion.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Ms. Baltima from our, the social worker from our office has had and been working with him and has had that direct contact. I have not personally had the direct contact, however, someone from my office has.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to, at this time, deny your request.
Okay.
However, I'd suggest that you work with the prosecutor's office, get that information to them. You've heard their position. And I think that's an appropriate position, that if there's some place that's safe that is appropriate for home confinement, that's fine. But right now, I don't have anything concrete that says he has an apartment on Gulf Side. There's a lot of them there.
Understood.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Apparently not.
Here you go, get out of the door.
Oh, here we go.
Stop! Give me your arm now. God, grab on there. God. Pull over.
That's a taser. That's a taser.
On March 2024, deputies from Orange County were called to a Starbucks after reports of a woman causing chaos inside, threatening staff and vandalizing the store. As soon as the officer stepped in, the suspect made a break for it, darting out of the back exit. What happens next? You won't believe it.
Oh, I probably will.
Come on, Nicole. Stop running. Stop. Stop.
I don't trust you.
Stop.
Don't touch me.
Nicole, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the
Listen.
ground.
Don't touch me.
Nicole.
Don't
Stop,
touch me.
Nicole.
Don't.
Nicole, stop.
No.
Stop.
Leave me the alone. Leave me the. Let me.
Stupid question. Does the car noise come through this mic at all?
Stop.
I swear to God. I swear. I swear.
Stop.
I swear. You. No. You.
Nicole, you gonna get
You mother.
Stop.
You mother. Stop. Oh, for real. You mother. You don't fucking know you.
Oh.
You. You. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, being on first name basis with the cops more or less implies that she's a frequent flyer.
I swear to God. I swear to God. Back up. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. See, you're thinking it's funny.
Nicole.
Roll.
Stop.
Roll over.
Let me get my feet.
No. Leave me alone.
Stop. Nicole, stop. Turn around. Turn around. You about to get tased. Turn around.
You about to get tased.
Roll over on your Nicole, back. Roll over.
Don't call this governor.
Roll over, go. Roll over, get a tree. Roll over. You can do it. Roll over.
Get his taser. No. Taser.
Nicole wasn't backing down, continuing to resist and throw insults at the officers. Even with two cops trying to control the situation, she was still a handful. That's when the third officer arrived on the scene. And well, let's just say she met her match. He deployed the taser, and that was the game changer.
Taser. Get back. Taser.
Dude wasn't messing around.
Roll over. Give me. I swear to God. Yo. You. Taser. No.
He's going again.
Wait for me. Roll over.
Guess what? One taser wasn't enough to bring Nicole down. She kept fighting, so the officer had no choice but to deploy a second taser. Looks like she was determined to test their limits, but they were determined to end the madness.
Roll over. Roll over. Do it now.
God, for real. God. God, glad about that. God.
Get over the door. Get over the door.
Stop.
Give us the other arm now.
No.
There you go. Get out of the door.
Stop.
Give me your arm now.
God. I swear to God. 19, 10-4, still fighting.
Pull the arm.
God.
There you go.
Possibly one taser. Taser twice. God. Stop.
Is not home right
After
now.
finally getting her in cuffs, one of the officers went over to take a statement from the Starbucks employee. Meanwhile, the other officer was probably thanking his lucky stars that the chaos was finally over. Well, for now at least.
Who called? Okay.
She called
Can I get
and
your
then
information?
called as well.
I'm assuming she'll be trespassed. Please.
Yeah,
You
Reese.
guys all okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep 12. You got your ID on you?
And grab it.
Yeah, she said she wanted to kill herself. To who? Was that or her?
She was threatening to stab people. She was threatening harm to everybody in here. She was trying to fight. She was off the counter, off the shelves, and throwing our cups and.
What's a good contact number for you?
248.
4145. Sweet. Thank you.
Nicole's still going on about demons controlling her actions? Lady, if demons were real, they'd be begging for a break from you. You're giving them a bad name. The only thing possessed here is your attitude, and it's clearly out of control. If the demons had any sense, they'd jump out of you just to save themselves from that drama.
It's a bit of a comedian.
Nicole, stop fighting.
Knock the f off.
Nope. You back off.
They're out trying to bite somebody. You back the cuckoo.
Stay on. Stay on.
He said he's trying to fight somebody.
Well, I mean, he's cracking, you know.
That was funny.
Wow. What's up, buddy? I'll punch you in your face. Stop. Do not kick.
Hey everyone, quick interruption. If you're hooked on our body cam videos and want more jaw-dropping content like this, hit that subscribe button. It helps us grow and keeps us motivated to bring you even crazier footage. And guess what?
It's not happening.
99% of you are watching without subscribing.
Although he's right
change
though,
that.
hit the sub button.
Your support means the world to us and ensures you never miss out on our latest uploads. So go ahead, subscribe now, and be part of our growing community.
The other officer, you understand? Is that him or her?
Nope.
You got the hobble. Just roll her over.
Nope. Hey, Roman.
There we go.
God. Pull it.
Tell the demons to
Yeah,
stop.
that
Tell the demons to stop.
down.
Yeah, I blocked it right now. I need a hobble. Hey, do we want to move this car out of the way? Yeah. There's a hobble taser? No, it's in the middle. It's right on my front seat. It's in the middle. It's the only way to get to it. This up. Bring it around. We get the grip. Yeah. Yeah, throw that on her.
Nicole's behavior earned her a one-way ticket to a hospital with a lovely spit mask included. Because, you know, when you're acting like a wild animal, the only way to keep the peace is to cover up the crazy. At this point, she's probably the best case for demon exorcism, or maybe just some anger management classes. Either way, it's clear she's got more issues than a subscription to a self-help magazine.
Great job. Here's for everybody. You want to get the picture side? Yeah, good. Already got my picture cards. Get her up sideways. Good. Hold her down. Hold her down. So here's the deal, man. I'm not taking these off. I'm not taking these off. We taking one off. These like this.
And that is busted open. They ripped it open so they can do an amazing thing.
Bruno's cop is still afraid to take the cuffs off because of how batshit crazy.
All right, Ron, come back. Somebody here saw something. Did you guys see what happened?
Oh, everything.
The lady just crazy. So,
Crazy.
say the least, right?
Did you tackle her?
No, I got here after.
Listen, they all need practice. They missed her on the first hit with the taser. They hit the ground. They couldn't even catch her. Listen, they need to all go to the gym over there. The three guys couldn't even tackle her. I'm going to sign you guys up for the gym over there, okay?
She's quick.
She's quick.
And then you all knew her by name, so you guys dealt with this. You guys should already.
Oh, it
been
seems like
ready.
you got everything figured out here. Maybe we should hire you and have you do
I'm
it.
not a cop.
You know, I'm gonna cancel all of them and have you go handle that over there.
I'm
That
not.
sounds good,
I
right?
don't do your guys'
You're-
job.
You're telling us how to
Listen,
do it.
I'll sit down and smoke a blunt. And
Sounds
say,
like you want to run training. So
She was,
No, I just know you guys need some.
No, me?
yeah, I'll talk to you.
What happened?
What you tell me? What did you see?
What happened? How did this turn to me?
I'd rather talk to you then. What did you see?
Well, she came in. She was a little bit out of control.
I'd rather talk to you.
Down next to me. She started talking to her friends.
Yeah.
Imaginary. Her friends. And she just was ready to fight everybody in the place. And then she, as time went on, she got more and more aggressive.
Bystander who witnessed the whole incident. One of the bystanders couldn't help but roast the cops, saying, even 3 of you couldn't handle the demons inside Nicole.
Kicked over and threw boxes.
Okay.
But I didn't see anything.
Okay. So but you saw her in there just kind of tearing stuff up and getting crazy. Okay. All right.
It's gonna do something.
Wait. Don't. You finna call me to go to court or something like that?
No, just because you saw it, we're trying to. Just what you saw.
But if I got to go to court, I'm gonna be mad at you.
I'm talking to him. Don't tell him what you saw and what you didn't see.
I'm gonna be mad at you. I was just saying if I have to go to court.
Don't tell me what to say.
Okay.
I can tell you what to say. It's that's obstruction. So don't tell him what to tell me. Nope.
Talk with you guys about an incident report. He needs an incident report.
Okay.
This is 3 weeks old.
Okay.
Nicole was hit with a list of charges: criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, battery on a peace officer, and resisting arrest with violence. Talk about a one-way ticket to trouble.
What I don't get is all that parking space, and they chose to slam on my car.
No, they didn't. You see the lady run there? You saw the lady run over there, right? They didn't tell her to run there.
I didn't say that.
Hit that like button, share this chaos with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping encounters. Oh, and click on the video on your screen to meet more lawbreakers who just couldn't help themselves.
Court will note the appearance of Mr. Schaefer on behalf of plaintiff and Ms. Capture on behalf of the defendant. This matter is before the court on the defendant's motion for relief from judgment. Ms.
Actual
Capture.
chicken. Damn. If I
Thank you, Judge. As we stated in our motion, Mr. Murphy entered into this agreement on the understanding that Ms. Taft was terminally ill, and based on her representations to Mr. Murphy would be dying within the year. The agreements that he agreed to essentially are unconscionable.
Oh, this. Wait until you hear this. This is actually quite insane. I wanted to say this one to watch with you guys. It's a divorce proceeding because she thought he was going to be dead and she'd get it all. Wait until you hear what happens in this. Southpaw equals left-handed. Oh, really? Oh, there you go. I had no idea.
Especially given the fact that there is a massive divide between Mr. Murphy and the children now. He doesn't have the parenting time that he would have wanted, but obviously gave more parenting time to Ms. Taft, given her assertion that she was dying. He wanted to keep things as even for her, even isn't
maybe I got that one backwards.
the correct word, but essentially he wanted to make sure that she would have a decent rest of her life. So they didn't divide the business. A lot of the things that they kept around, like the country club dues, the tickets for the baseball and football.
Well, that's right. No, this one she lied. She was dying. So
Essentially, he agreed to this under the understanding that she was going to be passing. If she's not, and he has tried to communicate with her and say, hey, what's actually going on? Because I'm being told that you aren't terminally ill, and that you induced me into agreeing to this agreement without under a false allegation. So essentially, Your Honor, what we're asking for is an evidentiary hearing so we can put proofs on the record to say Mr. Murphy did enter into this agreement under duress, that he believed false information presented by Ms. Taft Even within his pro con, he stated, and I'm not going to quote this directly, but he stated an understanding that he was entering into this agreement due to her terminal illness. Without counsel, without representation, and simply signed the dotted line due to the misrepresentations that she placed to him. So, Your Honor, we're looking for an evidentiary hearing to prove that misconduct did occur, and then to move forward with this matter.
Basically,
Thank
we're
you.
looking for evidence that she lied about dying.
Your Honor, we have filed an extensive answer. Number one, we submit that this is an improper motion for a number of reasons. Number one, the allegations alleged that my client said are not true. Next one is that it's pretty clear that it's under duress, pressured based on the allegations therein. Number three, this was filed because my client hasn't died yet. Well, they didn't give her a year. It's February 29th judgment. I represent to this court melanoma. It's in remission at the present time, and to see that there's something inequitable about this. What is improper on this is that counsel for the other side signed these pleadings knowing that the business was owned by both of the parties. We have submitted evidence of that, and this was filed just before there is a oppression suit that's going to be filed in relation to the division of the business. Client is asking for costs and sanctions in that regard because both the client and the attorney signed pleadings knowing that there's a 50-50 ownership in the business. My client has never used her melanoma in any way to affect judgment. It was a choice by a defendant not to be represented. He had been represented around this matter and chose not to. That was his decision. Now he is crying sour grapes. His allegation about the children, his relationship with the children at the time was poor at best and did not exercise his parent time at this time. We submit that this motion is unfounded in fact and law, should be dismissed, and that costs should be assessed in relation to the improper pleadings.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Capture?
Your Honor, the pleadings aren't improper. Again, this is not so much about the allegations that this is a jointly owned business. We admit in our motion that there's a marital interest in this. Again, Your Honor, this is simply about the misrepresentation by Ms. Taft that she's terminally ill. She induced my client into signing a divorce decree to get this settled so that she could live in peace the last time, however long it was going to be. Mr. Murphy has requested on numerous occasions, can you just communicate with me about what's going on? And she refuses to. And now he is being told by her numerous friends and family that she is not in fact terminally ill, nor was she ever terminally ill, and that he agreed to this under the misrepresentation that she was. Again, Your Honor, we state in our motion specifically that we are just simply asking to have all of this resolved. However, Ms. Taft will not communicate. And if she is going to continue living, which is great, good for her. We want her to be in remission. We want her to be healthy. But if she's going to continue, obviously the marital property needs to be divided appropriately, including the business. That's not to say that we are saying, well, we shouldn't ever divide the property. We simply need an answer, and we need the correct answer, not a lie. If she's going to be passing on, well, then let's get that resolved, and we would withdraw our motion. But we obviously she's in remission, allegedly. So then she obviously didn't have terminally ill melanoma like she represented.
I'm sorry, I know that's not what you meant, but that's what it sounded like.
Well, in this matter, the court does note that fraud has been alleged, but as I go through the pleadings here, the argument, there's been very little factual basis for the allegations. I don't believe that in this matter, the defendant has set forth a prima facie case for the court to again intervene at this time. And so the court believes that if in some time if the defendant can develop those particular facts, then the defendant can file an amended motion in this matter. But at this point, the court doesn't believe that there's a factual basis in this matter other than a he said, she said. And as a result, the court will deny the motion at this time. And the court doesn't believe there's a basis for award of costs or fees. So it will deny that request by both parties and ask Mr. Schaefer, you prepare the order denying the motion.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Highly drug affected occupants.
Open
the door!
Oh, that sounds like an Aussie video.
On the 11th of December 2019, a bus was reported stolen in Giro, Queensland. At around 8:10 p.m. that night, officers spotted the bus at a petrol station. An unsuccessful traffic stop by officers led to a highway chase.
I hate that I can't pause the video. I would have.
Two people were on board the bus, including the 27-year-old driver, identified as Bradley Paul McNamara, and a woman, identified as Rebecca Jo Whitehorn, 31 years old.
Why does that name sound familiar to me?
The 60-seat bus travelled along the Bruce Highway and Port Access Road, veering onto the opposite lane, striking bollards, and narrowly avoiding a head-on collision with oncoming vehicles. McNamara was driving whilst disqualified at the time and was under the influence of methamphetamine.
Of course he
Police followed the bus at a safe distance until it entered a KFC parking lot at Annandale.
Oh, this is the KFC arrest. I actually moved this one up in the playlist because I wanted to listen to this one.
Box that in. Highly drug affected occupants. Open the door! Open the door! We need more cars here to box it in.
Officers repeatedly gave instructions to McNamara to open the door and exit the vehicle. McNamara ignored officers and slowly drove into the police van.
Oh, you know, Heidi, I'm live and driving.
Driving towards me. Block it. He's running the car. He's running the police car. Run. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
These cops seem stable too.
The bus continued to move forward, running over an officer's foot.
Oh no!
I'm able to smash the window. It's plexiglass. Get fucking corner! Get out the fucking car! Get out of the vehicle! No!
Yeah, but you can't expect them to understand that. The cops.
Keep smashing it. Go, go, go! Yeah. You alright? Go, go, go. Open the door now! Let me out of the back, people.
Units, all officers okay, no officers injured.
Tango SB348. I had my foot run over, but I'm all trying to get old mate out now.
Rest safe, 752 goes.
Lay down on the ground. Place your hands behind your back.
Surprisingly, Australian cops are very hesitant to use their firearms, generally because you fire off a single bullet and there's usually a massive inquiry into the use of the firearm. You reckon we've got tough gun laws on citizens? They're just as bad for cops. Honestly, it's pathetic. They know that there's certain windows on
The
that.
officers, with tasers drawn, entered via a broken window and took the keys from the ignition.
Has anyone seen the back? Oh, she's there. You, get on the ground. Get on the ground as well. Lie down with your arms in front of you.
I hear a fur missile. Fur missile engaged. Target locked.
Put your arms behind your back now.
Place your arms behind your back.
752 go. Managed to smash a emergency exit window, and we've got two officers inside. Two officers inside the vehicle.
Oh my god, that's a wedding procession! That's awesome.
Stand up, sit down.
I don't know if you guys got to see that or not, but it was two semi-trucks and an old car that was a wedding procession.
Tango Whiskey 348.
That's yeah.
Under arrest.
348 2036 160.
Susie knocked him over.
Yeah, she's lying down.
160 required to confirm that both occupants are now under arrest. That's the only two in the vehicle.
Fork. Hold on.
Yeah, you drive over with the fucking bus.
He's bitching about his foot.
Alright, what's your name?
Ezekiel.
Get you to stand up on your feet in a moment.
Tony!
Alright, so you're gonna roll.
Fuck
onto
you,
the left
Tony!
side. You got a broken rib. How's the easiest way for you to get up? Alright, sorry. You okay? Alright. Yeah, trying to. I'm just stuck.
Where's the mail?
Anything else on the box?
You got anything you shouldn't have on you? Is everything on yours? Yeah.
He rammed us. What's that one there? That's ours.
I'll do a quick search.
Zipping search? Oh, yeah.
Well, this is why you don't wear jackets that look like doctor suits.
Can you just back up for a minute, mate, please? Is anyone injured here, mate? Oh, I just got glass from getting through. Right. Yeah. Don't.
He's got jocks on.
Don't move. Who was it?
Alright. Stand up. Stand up straight.
Has he been searched properly?
Terrible place to pull over.
I've got cuts on my hands.
You got some Danny jocks.
I didn't state your full and correct name. Bradley McNamara. Where do you come? Is it Bradley?
Oh, I should have recognised him.
Be careful with the supervisor. Bradley McNamara. Are you injured at all, mate? Is he tough?
No worries, Glennis.
He's got a mark on your feet. That's it. No other injury.
Whoa! Someone's got somewhere to be?
Yeah. You got anything on your person? Yep. Nothing concealed down the front of your pants? He was driving it. He was driving it. She was in the passenger seat.
Hey?
Did you get knocked over?
Oh, he ran over my foot.
You all good?
I think so. I'll get it checked out later.
And then he knocked this one up. No, he was on the other side of it and front wheel went over.
Let's get him searched. We'll get him inside.
Get him in our van because it's not in.
Just one's damaged, that's all right. We'll get him searched, we'll get him settled, then we'll get him to the hospital with one crew.
Oh, you going to another vehicle?
Just be careful. We've got film. Everyone's filming this. Yeah. So just professionally. Hey, Bradley, just so we can monitor you. Yeah, we've got a thing. Show me that one.
Oh, I don't doubt that it hurts like hell. It's supposed to.
Yeah, I just cut myself smashing the glass.
Oh, means you didn't smash it properly.
Right, so I'm Constable Queenstown for Rapid Action Patrols. Mate, you're under arrest for unlawful use of a motor vehicle, alright? You understand that? Where's your keys? Not in my car, not my car. Oh, is it? Yeah, open. It's open. No, it's unlocked. What's your out of breath, Bradley?
You know what? I think I might have a cigar this weekend.
McNamara was taken to the Townsville University Hospital for mandatory drug testing. 2 officers required medical attention, one having multiple fractures.
Just stuck under there.
Yeah, JMK. More or less,
Alright, literally to hold me that way.
right to remain silent and the other things contained in Miranda were pretty widely adopted, really, in common law countries, just because it made sense.
What? There's nothing on there.
Probably actually do like a quick video on that at some point.
Backpack behind the cuffs. Alright, so just keep your hands nice and still. You got keys.
Search before we place in the vehicle. My name's Constable Benny Richard number 3 at 153. Anything on you that can
I'll try, Glennis. Thank you.
No. We're not even on drugs.
Any copy on you at all? No?
Who's the other person that was in the bus? You don't know? Just take a deep breath and keep nice and still while we do this.
You got a bra on? Look, it's fine. Go for it. Go. Nothing.
Car to Tango Echo 400.
Lady Overlaw'd's still going on about how she wants a sausage dog.
You're right to jump on? Yeah, sure. Yep.
On Union Road as well, in relation to the business code 3, we'll need a sergeant on scene. No worries.
Time is 8:40.
How good's that, eh? What a gig.
Oh, don't do it, you dickhead. Fucking P-plater too. Seriously, girl. You're supposed to get up to speed before you pull into traffic like that on a freeway.
Down at the intersection down here. Yeah, saw ya, and we saw him come in. I'm like, smash, get in front of him, stop it, because he was parked. Could have stopped it out there. Bradley McNamara, he's shit. Yeah, he's a. He's been in the one of the starters. Yeah, like don't stop it out there when there's no one else around. We could have just. Oh, who's got? I gave my baton to someone. Thank you. I'm very tired after that. Oh, fuck.
I thought he was going to drive straight to KFC after he.
Well done, guys. You've done a great job. I followed all this.
Yeah, he saw it.
Fucking, I got that one. Oh.
Mate, will you stop being such a fucking whinger? He's already in custody. Jesus Christ. You don't have a 4X and growls here.
That is hard glass.
Good, eh?
I
was trying to get
up
up
here.
Emergency exit.
I just wanted to get a big hole enough to put a taser in case it tried to take off again. He drove straight at me with that bus.
Mate, it's a wonder he didn't keep going, eh?
Yeah, I was like, please don't. I got the car just in front of him and he just nailed it. Oh, there's no way you're going to stop that with any car. Think you should have gone to that that job, eh?
Just went straight to the emergency exit.
Yeah. Oh. I didn't think the front was going to be that hard, but I just wanted to cover him in case he went for the driver's seat again. Good, quick on the stingers. Good shit. I just don't know if I traded blood with him. That's all.
Alrighty. My FCU was doing this. I get them to do everything. Who got the stingers under there?
Kevin.
I got a sledgy. All today, we got a new truck. We got it all loaded up. I got a sledgy, so I said you might need a sledgy. As soon as he hit the glass, he got run over.
Yeah, who are you with?
Me.
You with Harvey taking?
Yeah, and I.
Oh, I'm all good. And I'll get everyone.
Like a small car.
Just remember everyone.
Whitehorn was charged with enter premises with intent to commit an offence, unlawful use of a motor vehicle, serious assault of a police officer. A judge sentenced her to a good behaviour bond.
What the fuck?
McNamara was charged with enter premises with intent to commit an offence, unlawful use and dangerous operation of a motor vehicle ×2, evading police, serious assault of a police officer, and driving under the influence while disqualified.
So, probation.
McNamara pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 4 years imprisonment with an immediate parole eligibility date due to 428 days already served.
Oh, come
Thanks for watching.
I hate the parole system sometimes. Like, I get why it's there, but seriously? Got all excited then. Oh, he got jail time. Now he's out on parole. Friggin' bite me.
Each of you will be signing a promise with me that you're not going to drive, and I don't care what your reason is. If I find that you drive, and I don't care, Jesus comes from heaven and needs to ride to church. You get into a car and drive, we will have. Gentlemen, I'm bringing all of you here now because I don't want to repeat myself 15 times. All of you stand charged with driving while intoxicated. All of you are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause on each of your cases. Each of you have the right to remain silent, the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Let's start with Mr. Acosta.
I don't know how I feel about this.
The officer initiated a traffic stop after observing the defendant drive without headlights at 8 p.m. Upon contact, the officer observed red glassy eyes and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer called a Spanish speaker to assist, and in plain view on the passenger front seat, the officer observed an open and an empty bottle of alcohol. The defendant
Drinking while driving, is that what you're saying?
There was an open container on it. and the officer conducted standard field sobriety test. The HGN was unable to be completed due to the defendant's failure to follow instructions. The officer then transported the defendant to JPC, where DICs were read. The defendant consented to breath, with the results being 0.132 and 0.140.
What did you say the stop was for?
For driving without headlights at night.
Mr. Acosta, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. All right, let's go with Mr. Mason.
Yes, Your Honor. On November 29th, 2024, the officer was flagged down by a witness at Tomball Parkway. The officer observed the defendant's parked vehicle on the #1 lane northbound feeder road with hazard lights on. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed the defendant to have red glassy eyes and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to drinking prior to driving. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 1 out of 8, and one leg stand 0 out of 4. The DIC was read and defendant consented to breath. The result 0.093 and 0.089.
So he was by himself?
He was by himself, Your Honor. He was just stuck on, park. His vehicle was parked in northbound feeder road with hazard lights on.
Got it. Okay, I see it. All right, Mr. Mays, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case as well. Lastly, Mr. Ulloa.
Yes, Judge. On December 1st, 2024, officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing it run a red light at an intersection. And upon contact, the defendant was observed to have a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, red glassy eyes, slurred speech, and was stumbling. The defendant stated he was coming from a bar and admitted to drinking prior to driving. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was read, but the defendant refused, and a search warrant was signed and executed.
Have you checked on all three to see whether they have other DWIs? Prior DWIs?
Acosta has no priors, Mesa has no priors, and Ulloa also no prior DWI.
Gentlemen, I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until these cases are over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration, or you will sit for another 6 to 9 months waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do. If you do not have a Texas driver license, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission, sir? What happens if you go to jail? What did I just tell you? Did you hear anything that I just said? And how long will you sit in custody for that to happen?
9 meses, 6 meses.
Likewise, are you in this country with or without permission, sir?
Without permission.
You understand everything that we said? You as well. Are you here? Are you a United States citizen?
With permission.
What type of permission do you have?
At work.
I don't know whether you're lying to me or not. And Mr. Ulloa, it really doesn't matter. But I'm trying to warn you of the consequences of what happens if you go to jail. It really makes no difference to me whether you're this, whether that, I don't care. All I know, gentlemen, I want my streets safe. And if you don't have a Texas driver license, you're not allowed to drive. Each of you will be signing a promise with me that you're not going to drive. And I don't care what your reason is. If I find that you drive, and I don't care, if Jesus comes from heaven and needs to ride to church, you get into a car and drive, we will have issues. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Likewise, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you have a Texas driver license?
No, I haven't gotten it.
What's funny?
No, que siento culpa porque pude haber evitado muchas cosas.
No, I just feel guilty. I could have avoided many
Stop.
things.
I don't want you to say anything. You're in enough trouble as it is right now. Don't make things
You're
worse
saying
for
you
you.
don't want him to
The
say
only
anymore.
three
You
things I'm
literally asked
asking for
each of
you:
them if they
don't
were in the
drink,
country illegally.
don't use illegal drugs, don't drive, and stay out of trouble. As long as you can do that, gentlemen, you and I will be fine. If I find that you're a danger to my public, I will put you over my knee, treat you like a child, and spank you like a child, but I will do it with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
Lovely.
Okay.
All right. We're going to reset each of your cases to give you time to hire a lawyer. So what's going to happen now, gentlemen? I will have you come up here. Each of you will sign a document promising me that you're not going to drive.
Is a good time.
After that, I will get you to Ramona, where each of you will sign a reset. You're going to get you out of here for you guys to go hire a lawyer. After that, you will each get with Felicia for your bond conditions, so you sign and so you know exactly what you can and cannot do. After that, you will be free to go. Gentlemen, you are lucky that you're not in custody now. Make the most of it, because the next time you go to jail, you may not get as lucky. And I'm telling you, on any given day, I have about 10 people that are sitting in there with immigration detainers. Don't push your luck. All right.
Thank you, sir.
That judge was racist. He assumes they are not American citizens.
This woman just slapped a man straight across his face, and when the rookie officer tried to confront her, she started crying wolf.
So why don't y'all,
All occur, and where did it occur, and when did it occur?
well, you know what? Y'all, now, lawsuit time, 2.5.
All I know is he's alleging that you hit him, you committed a crime, and we're just trying to.
I'm gonna commit a crime, all right. That motherfucker is gonna die because he raped my son, and you motherfucker did nothing about it.
We don't know anything about it.
Oh, yeah, you do.
When did it happen?
Okay.
When did it happen?
When did it happen? Well, see, I've been in jail for 2 months. So that's 40 days, okay? So with that 40 days right there, forget that.
She sounds like the blonde bimbo from
Yeah,
My Name
you
is Earl.
know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. 2.5. You put your handcuffs on me,
Shit.
and I'll own this goddamn town.
Right now, I mean, we're just trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Why did you?
Why don't you go see my son and get the seminal flood out of him?
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that
I'm
taken
sorry,
care
what?
of. But at the time, you just committed a crime. So
Yeah, I just committed a crime. Yelling at that lazy motherfucker stuck in his dick and he raped my son. How would you feel if I done that to your kid? My grandbaby he had. I'll kill that son. And I don't care if you or anybody else knows it.
where did all this take place, and when did they investigate it? Because I don't know what you're talking
They
about.
didn't investigate it. You know why?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you didn't hear what I thought I heard.
Want to pay y'all off again, huh?
He can't.
Rape another child.
Okay.
Yins are just a, might as well be child molesters too. Because you know what? You let him do it, and y'all let him get away with it. My son's dead now because of y'all.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, you better have no idea. The whole goddamn town knows. And you know what? 2.5, put your handcuffs on me. I'll own you. I'll own this whole goddamn town.
If you committed a crime, more than likely handcuffs gonna go on you. I don't care about no lawsuit. I'm doing my
You know
job.
what? Y'all want to act like y'all be doing something. Y'all wear that badge? You know, it don't mean a goddamn thing. It means nothing. You're supposed to protect people, and y'all don't.
I understand.
Protect anybody.
Listen, I understand you're upset, but
Understand? You understand?
you can't put your hands on people just because you're mad.
No, motherfucker raped my goddamn son.
All right, well,
and
let
they stomped him to death, and then you motherfuckers didn't do a goddamn thing about it.
When did you report it?
Did I report it? Did I report it? Did I report it?
Ma'am, I have no recollection of what you're talking about, so you can't take your frustration out on me. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on?
That motherfucker gets away with raping my son. That motherfucker gets away with raping him, and now he's dead.
Okay.
And it's y'all's fault.
So when you
If you go put your handcuffs on me, then I'm walking off. Leave me the You it up already. You didn't save him. And I hate y'all.
Okay.
You know what you did. Do what you want.
Now, she might be high as fuck right now. And it might just be the fact that I've dealt with this sort of shit before in my career. But something about what she's saying sounds sincere, and that's really concerning to me. Like, if something actually did happen to her son, and that's the reason why she has gone off the deep end and taken whatever mix of cocktail of drugs is in her system now. Like,
Well, but I own this goddamn town, and I'll make sure 60 knows.
Okay. 203 to 204.
204.
It's quite unlikely that she'll get any justice by walking away from the police and abandoning her case.
Hey, Mal. Mal.
No, probably never know the truth.
Your kids won't have a house for generations because I'm suing the out of y'all. Why'd y'all let another baby raper go?
Yeah, we'll
That's
take
the
care
problem
of him.
I have. Ordinarily, when someone's high as fuck like that, they can't keep a train of thought.
Oh. I can't stand it, baby raper. I may be a lot of things. I may be a
No
whore
one's gonna believe it. That's
or whatever, but a baby raper I'm not. Or a dog killer.
All right, just calm down, man.
Oh, yeah, that's going to de-escalate the situation. Well done.
I understand your frustration, but you getting yourself worked up.
Calm down. I watched that mother rape my child, and there's nothing I can do. You perfect people, y'all don't do a goddamn thing. Y'all do nothing. Y'all wear that badge, and you do nothing.
Okay. So this morning when you had to interact with him, did you touch him?
He raped my goddamn son. Put me in jail for that. And I swear to God, I'll own your goddamn house and your great grandmamas. I know what the talking about.
Okay.
And y'all let him do it. Y'all let him go. Y'all let him go.
Okay. You gotta calm down, man.
I gotta calm down. Let me rape your son in front of you, and you see how it fucking feels.
Breathing.
All right.
Shivering a lot. Signal 4, maybe on 39.
That mother got away with it. He got away with raping my kid. My kid.
All right.
And it tells me I killed him. I didn't kill nobody.
Yes, ma'am.
And if I did, I'd admit to him because you know why? I ain't ashamed to admit to any goddamn thing I've done.
Hey, bro.
Let's get have a seat. You're okay. Relax.
I want a lighter. And I want these motherfuckers.
Okay, well, look at your lighter. Do you smoke cigarettes or weed? Both. Have a seat. What's your name? Carrie, have a seat for me.
No!
Please.
I'm tired of doing what y'all want me to do. Y'all got my kids killed. You motherfuckers!
Why would we do something like that?
Why would you just... No. What are y'all doing? Okay? Why are y'all doing this to me? Y'all
You're
don't
under arrest for simple battery.
Simple battery? That motherfucker.
Give me your other hand.
He raped my son and y'all shitty ass cops, y'all are shitty cops. Y'all are supposed to protect people, y'all don't.
You're right. We are.
Y'all shitty motherfucker.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure she sat down or something, bro.
I ain't done nothing to you. I'm gonna say y'all got them. Y'all better go ahead and put a bullet in my head, because you know what? You know what? It's coming. I'm so you fucking people if y'all don't kill me. Motherfucker raped my son right in front of me. Right in front of me. And there's nothing I can do. Nothing.
Bro, you want me to take it, man?
Yeah.
Her belligerent barking was tiring, and those crocodile tears were certainly not fooling these officers into letting her go.
Okay, so we know how the creator of the video feels.
Right, man. Goddamn kill me.
I want to see,
that back pocket right there, bro.
and hopefully, yeah, I agree. hopefully she was either
Y'all are gonna wreck
hold
me.
or
I know what y'all are doing. I know what y'all are doing. Y'all are gonna take me out somewhere. My hands are down there. There's nothing I can do.
that's the problem that I have with it, Rachel, is that she
We definitely heard more from her than we wanted to. Here's the complete story from the assisting officer.
Could you he provide a statement right now? Okay. Just shoot me a copy of it.
You're getting a little Britzy over there with it. So basically the rundown of the story is this. He lives with his mom and dad over here, 800 something street. But he's also like a little bit transient too. But his daughter goes to school right around here, so he's always walking through this area.
Okay.
Every time he comes across her, she's hysterical in the way that she is right now, saying that he raped her, he raped her kids.
Right.
So clearly she's on the 20 side of it. She's made multiple threats in regards to, she had a baseball bat, she would knock him upside the head with it.
Yeah.
At one point, she did physically strike him on the left ear.
Okay.
He's wearing a hoodie, so it didn't leave a mark or any type of like scratch or any type of bruising or anything.
Right.
But it did strike him in his right ear. Does wish to prosecute in regards to the simple battery. They don't know each other, not dating or anything of that nature. Clearly, she has high mental issues in regards to this as well. So, along with the 1015, I would request for Paper Act as well in regards to her sanity and well-being and the spontaneous utterances that she made in regards to you might as well just kill me.
She wasn't
To have her evaluated while she's at the jail.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know you were on today. It's nice to see you. She just had some cigarettes and a little rock in her pocket and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Huh? She.
Yeah. If we identified, she wouldn't tell me her name, man. Did the guy, was you able to provide a name?
No, but I'm sure you'll probably be able to get it out of her.
Okay.
Way down there. If not, you can just book her under Jane.
Jane, yeah.
Her finger. Maybe even one of the Orange County guys.
Check what?
If there's an Orange County deputy down there that might have a fingerprint scanner.
Okay.
You can utilize that while you're down there as well. What I'll do is I'll make sure all this is filled out 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll snap a picture of it and send it down to you.
All right.
We started for simple battery, hands and feet, and the Baker Act as well.
Okay. All right.
Definitely the Baker Act, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely let them know.
She is.
I'll take it.
Does not need to be on the streets right now. She is in no mental state of mind right now to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I can see just your conversation with her.
Yeah.
It was going downhill quick.
Yeah, I get her down there.
I'll look and see. You said it happened over there.
Interesting that now that she's in the car, she's also whoa.
Bus stop.
Oh, you
right there.
dipshit.
Right there. Okay.
So I'll see if there's any cameras. Maybe we can actually see the physical hit. I'll look around, see if I can find anything over there.
Okay.
I know there are cameras somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of shoots that way. I might check a circle.
Probably that Taco Bell, because that bank is closed.
Or maybe we can get something. So.
Yeah.
But I'll get his signature, his phone number, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get him the RBO. And just pull your case number, and I'll get all the rest of it.
All right.
Well, and see,
You
that's the
grab
trouble,
all
because
this.
you're right, Rachel.
Well, they won't allow to take the
it
cigarettes
was
in there.
like I said, there is a difference between when someone's high and talking hysterically and when they are mentally incapacitated, or if they genuinely believe something. And there was something there that just seemed sincere. I don't know if it's maybe something's happened in the past, and that guy just triggers her off because he has a reasonable like to someone that did something to either her or a child or whatever. Either way, she needs mental assistance more than she does jail.
Stated this. I'll take pictures. I'll send them to you. And yeah, take care of that.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah.
The female's demeanor worsened on the way to the jail, and she even refused to identify herself.
In reference to the 13, she'll be 10-15. I'll be 51 to BRC starting mileage 21934. This in regards to the 48 that 204 is on.
Like they did my kids. They did it to my kids. Y'all did it to my kids. That's okay. Because you know what? This right here, 2.5.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
One, motherfucker. You know what? I don't give a you know, because they did rape my babies.
Okay.
He raped them and then he them away like trash. Like trash. Ah! He threw my babies away like trash. My babies.
No, I agree with you, Elephant, but
You motherfuckers ain't doing shit.
if there's any legitimacy to her allegations against him, I wouldn't necessarily blame her.
She had a bag and stuff with her over at the
But I think this is
at the
probably
bus
more a
stop.
mistaken identity than anything else.
And she put it over there by the church. So as soon as I'm done with this guy here, I'm gonna go over there and see if I can find her stuff. She might have an ID in there. So just give me a moment to look on that and go and put your case number. That way I can get him his DRBO and get him on his way.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, are you good though? You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. She's just having a moment.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'll let you know.
Okay, bro.
Cops are pieces of shit. I hate cops. My babies were raped and killed. My babies. You raped my babies and threw them away like trash. Y'all threw my babies away like trash. Mine. My babies. You piece of shit. I hope you kids have to go through what I went through. And then guess what?
It's the fact that she's been consistent with what she said the entire time. This doesn't sound like
Identified
drug
48-year-old female whipped in as a Jane Doe, and she was charged with battery and resisting arrest without violence. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen. Click to watch now.
I'll be perfectly honest. I'm
All right,
almost
Missy, I want you to
Oh,
stop
damn it, it's Webster.
talking, or you can go upstairs to the county jail. We'll now be on the, and being in recess
Hopefully
on
this will be something
Jackson,
funny we
we'll
can
now
finish
be
on.
on
That
the
was heavy.
record in Johnson. That is case number 2024 TR 22, State of Kansas versus Danny Johnson, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. Mr. Johnson appearing in person and
it's
pro
Tubby
se.
Bernadette.
Your name tag on your uniform says Johnson, so I presume you are Mr. Johnson. Yes, sir, if you could get right in front of that microphone, thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can. Sir,
Yes.
you're charged in count one with speeding 82 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. That is a traffic infraction. It is not a charge that carries any jail time. It has a scheduled fine. 82 and a 65 is $87, but then there's also 108 court costs. In count two, you're accused of operating your motor vehicle without proof of insurance. Now, if you had insurance but just couldn't find it, you can get the proof to the county attorney and she'll probably dismiss that charge. If in fact it had lapsed or something was happening so that you didn't have insurance on the vehicle at the time being January 4th, 2024, that is a B misdemeanor. The maximum penalty as far as jail time would be 6 months, although probation is usually granted. There is a mandatory minimum fine the court must impose of $300, but it could be as high as $1,000. You do have the right to hire any attorney of your choice. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify appointed. You can waive your right to counsel and represent yourself. Another option,
I'm just gonna speed this one up a little
you
bit.
might be able to apply for diversion. That is where you apply, and if the county attorney approves you for diversion, you would pay agreed upon fines, costs, get your insurance current, and pay a diversion fee, and she'd dismiss the charges and keep them off your record. If you want to talk about diversion or anything else with your attorney, you certainly will have the opportunity to do that. Your pleas, you have a choice of pleas. You can plead not guilty, and we can set this for trial at a later date. You can plead guilty, admitting the charge, and we proceed with sentencing, or you could plead no contest, which is neither admitting nor denying the charges, but you'd still most likely be found guilty, and we'd proceed to sentencing.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
If you want to look into diversion, we'll enter a not guilty plea to give you time to do that. You can always change your plea, but once you're convicted,
Morning, Jim.
pre-trial diversion.
How you doing today, proud mama?
So probably not eligible for diversion based on his driving record.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to talk to an attorney then and discuss whether or not you have a defense? Or?
No, Your Honor, I would like to request a declaratory judgment due to there is no agreement for my performance under any agreement or commission of this court.
Well, I don't need an agreement from you, sir. If I were...
These judges must get so sick
Your
of this
Honor, I
stuff.
simply do not understand the nature and cause of the accusation with regard to the jurisdiction of the venue and nature of this action until the prosecutor properly alleges them there. I cannot enter a plea to the charge until I have the opportunity to raise a meaningful defense on my behalf.
All right, I will then, since you cannot enter a plea today, I will enter a not guilty plea for you and give you
I
time.
object, Your Honor. I object to you entering a plea to me because I must understand the nature and cause of these accusations. So I do not agree to you entering a plea on my behalf.
Well, your position is taken and I'm still going to do it. I will note your objection for the record, but I'm going to enter a not guilty plea.
Well, I object to
Your objection is noted. Your objection is noted, and if the time comes, you can appeal that to the Court of Appeals. Now, on the issue
Well,
of
who is,
attorney,
Your Honor, I would like to ask, who bring these charges against me? I should have the right to
all
question.
right, we're not going to have this debate right now. I've told you your charges. I've told you the state of Kansas has filed those through its attorney, Jill Gillette. Now,
Well, I would like to call
I'm
the
going
state to the, I would like to call the state to the stand, Your Honor. The
I'm doing
state
that,
bringing
sir.
charges against me. Who is it? How did I injure the state?
All right, this is your first appearance. I advise you of your charges and possible.
Your Honor, I object to the proceeding, for I do not know the nature and cause of the
I'm
proceeding.
entering a not guilty plea. Missy, when is?
I object to you entering I object to you entering a plea on my behalf. I do not grant you that right.
Missy?
You're supposed to act as a trustee.
Sir, you
now.
need to stop. You're being in contempt of court. You need to stop or I'll have the officer assist you in stopping.
So, Your Honor, I would like to also bring to
September
according to USC 12203.
Deputy Miles,
And also
would you,
Article 3, the judge must operate in good faith and good behavior. So therefore, if you're making a threat towards me, then
Deputy,
that's
if he's going to
urging
keep
me to
being
perform in your
contentious, I'm
court.
gonna I want you to stop talking or you can go upstairs to the county jail. Now, do you want to go to jail tonight?
Your Honor, again.
Deputy Miles, could you
let's
come in and
see.
assist the defendant?
September 27th at 9 o'clock will be the court date.
September 27th, you said 9 o'clock?
Yes.
9 a.m. You must be back here, sir, in person at the courthouse, or you will be arrested for failure to come to court. Now, that deputy there is going to take you into custody if you cannot control yourself through the remainder of this hearing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just enforcing my right, Your Honor.
All right, so your first right is to have a hearing date, and that is September 27th, 9 a.m. The
Your
second
Honor, I
right,
also have a right to understand the nature of this. I have a right to understand the
all
nature
right,
of
if you don't want to listen to me, you can go to jail.
Time's up.
Do you want to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
No, I do not. I don't need to hire an attorney, Your Honor.
You want to represent yourself?
I don't need to hire an attorney. I would like for you as the judge, Your Honor, to explain to me the nature and cause of the.
All right, I'm not going to appoint attorney if you don't want me to. If you want, you said you don't want to hire an attorney. If you want to apply for court appointed, the officers have forms there that you can fill out. If
I
you
just
don't
want to
fill them
understand the
out,
nature
I'm
and
going-
cause.
If you don't want to fill one out, I'm going to assume you don't want an attorney. And then if you come to court September 27th at 9 a.m., you're going to be representing yourself if you don't hire or apply for court appointed. And so you've got the third issue, does he have a bond? Looks like you do because
No, that's not
you,
gonna work, is it?
You failed to appear on February 27th at your first appearance. So bench warrant was issued, bond was set at 1,000 cash for professional surety.
So what came of it?
Looks like that was posted. Looks like you made a cash bond of $1,000. Does that sound right? You put up 1,000 cash back in July 12th?
I'm still trying to understand the nature and cause of this allegation, Your Honor.
I will continue your bond unless you get yourself hauled into jail on contempt before you leave. I will continue your bond with the condition that you reappear here in person September 27th at 9 a.m. So you've got your court date, you've got your bond, and we've talked about your lawyer. Now you're wearing a U.S. Army uniform with the name Johnson on it. Are you in or have you been in the United States military?
Your Honor, I'm still trying to understand the nature and cause of the allegation, Your Honor.
All right. If you can leave the courthouse now without any further disruption, I will let you do so. And I'm going to have those officers escort you to do so. So, Mr. Gillette, anything further?
Your Honor, it is your oath to explain the nature and cause of the allegation against me. Are you failing to do that?
All right. You can either walk out the front door with the officers, or you can walk upstairs to the officers. The choice is yours. Either leave.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
Disruptively.
I'm not being disruptive. I'm just trying to understand the nature and cause of the charge.
All right, officers. I'm gonna close.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief.
All I'm asking is to understand the charges. This is for the record. You said it's for the record, so I'm trying to understand what am I being charged?
The charges. Goodbye, sir.
I just want to understand the nature and cause of the charges, Your Honor. That's all I ask. It is your oath.
If you tell me what kind of questions you have, I will be happy to answer them. But I've already told you.
Okay. Under what jurisdiction is these charges being brought to me under?
The state of Kansas is charging you with speeding 82 and a 65 and operating a motor vehicle without liability insurance on January 4th, 2024 in Greenwood County, Kansas. You failed to appear for your first appearance, and a bench warrant was issued, and you were arrested, and you made a bond of 1,000 cash or surety, posting a cash bond. Now you have to go to court, and you have to answer.
And believe it or not, she has just explained the nature and substance of the charges.
For those charges, you can.
Your Honor,
and the burden will be on the state of Kansas to either prove or disprove. If they can't reasonable doubt, you're let go.
Well, I'm still trying to understand under what jurisdiction am I being charged under, Your Honor? That's all I'm trying to understand.
You're being charged under the jurisdiction of the state of Kansas under its criminal law.
But according to the Constitution, there are only two jurisdictions.
All right, we'll have that on a later date. We'll be at recess, officers. Please escort him one way or the other, depending on his behavior.
But I'm still not understanding what you're charging me with.
Goodbye. We are adjourned.
But if she's the judge, I'm supposed to have clear and concise of what I'm being charged with. I'm not giving y'all a problem funding.
He's getting arrested.
Well, I'm waiting on y'all to explain.
All right, Missy. That's our last case on the docket, isn't it?
This is not good.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Gillette, I'll see you 30 docket.
Your Honor, can I please go home? Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
Too late.
Well,
can I go home?
I left it up to them, and I left it up to you, and then they were to.
Actually, it's. Oh God, there's my face. All right, peeps. So, what do you think of the new headgear? Anyway, I'm gonna. One thing I do want to check. Am I streaming too much? Given that now we've got the morning drive and the evening drive, are you getting too much Aussie in your life? Do I need to cut it back? Because I want to make sure that, I got to leave you wanting something more so you actually show up for a particular stream. Because I got to say, obviously on the weekends, I like doing my nighttime streams, so it sort of cuts back. But I don't overloading people is more my concern. But, let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter, X, whatever the hell it's called, Discord, whatever you want to do. But, you know, ultimately at some point, I'd like to be able to get ship over the triple digits again. So if that means that, if that means that I'm only streaming once or twice a day, then so be it. But I don't want people getting burnt out. But anyway, people, as always, please remember, you are not a piece of shit. You have value and do contribute to society, especially for being here. Thank you so much for that, people. And if you do enjoy the videos, hit the like, double check whether or not you subscribed, and I will catch you all later. All right, peeps? Now I got to do it without actually setting off the horn, because there's plenty of cars around me that I don't want to upset. Peace out, peeps.
This shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.